Imagine your phone rings at midnight. A family member should have been home hours ago, but they've vanished. Their phone goes straight to voicemail. Their friends haven't heard from them. That cold, sinking feeling hits. Something is wrong. At that moment, every minute matters. This video is a step-by-step practical checklist for the first 48 hours of a missing person case. What families, friends, and communities can do before evidence disappears and memories fade. We'll walk through when to call police, what information they actually need, how to secure digital footprints, how to organize searches safely, and the mistakes that can quietly destroy a case. You cannot control everything, but you can control your response. Panic and confusion are normal, but they cost time. The goal of this guide is to give you a clear script to follow if the worst ever happens, so you're not trying to improvise in the middle of a nightmare. When someone disappears, the first 48 hours are often the difference between a fast rescue and a cold case. Evidence can be lost, digital data overwritten, cameras looped, and witnesses' memories fade shockingly fast. That's why having a mental checklist before a crisis is so important. In this video, we'll walk through a clear timeline, what to do in the first hour, the first day, and into the second day. We'll look at how law enforcement typically approaches missing person cases, what information you should prepare before you ever need it, and how families can help without accidentally contaminating evidence. Stay with me all the way to the end, because the final sections include a consolidated, rapid-fire checklist you can literally write down or screenshot for your family. And if you find value in thoughtful, practical breakdowns like this, consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you can easily find this guide again if you ever need it. Step 1 is recognizing when late becomes missing. Not every delayed arrival is an emergency, but it's safer to assess deliberately instead of waiting passively. Start by asking, is this person normally reliable? Have they ever gone off the grid before? Do they have medical or mental health issues, or a history of self-harm, addiction, or memory problems? Are they a child, elderly, or otherwise vulnerable? Check known schedules, work, school, appointments, travel plans. Call or text their phone, then contact close friends, co-workers, or roommates. Look for any recent messages that seemed unusual, distressed, or out of character. Verify whether they actually arrived where they were last supposed to be. You don't need proof of a crime to be concerned. If it feels seriously off, trust that instinct. Many jurisdictions no longer require a 24-hour wait to report a missing person, especially for minors or vulnerable adults. When in doubt, it's better to report early than too late. The moment you move from "this is odd" to "this is seriously wrong," contact authorities. In most places, that means calling 911 or your local emergency number and clearly stating, "I want to report a missing person." Be calm but firm. Be ready with key details, full legal name and nicknames, age, height, weight, distinct features, hair and eye color, tattoos or scars, recent photos, what they were last seen wearing, and any medical or mental health concerns. Give the exact time and place they were last seen, who saw them, and any vehicles involved, make, model, color, license plate if known. Stress why this is out of character and any immediate risks. Suicidal statements, threats from others, abusive relationships, addiction, or dangerous weather. Ask clearly whether they are entering the person as missing in the system and what the next steps are. Remember, you are not bothering police. Early reporting can transform an investigation. Once police are aware, your job shifts to becoming an organized source of information. Create a central document on paper and digitally where you consolidate everything. Start with a timeline. Last confirmed sighting, last call, last text, last social media activity, last bank or card transaction, last time they logged into anything. Write down names and contact details of everyone connected to those last known points. Friends, co-workers, drivers, neighbors, security staff. Note anything unusual. Arguments, strange vehicles, new relationships, sudden schedule changes. Gather multiple recent photos with different angles and outfits, full body, face close-ups, any distinctive items like glasses or jewelry. Label them with dates if you can. This packet becomes your missing person file. Share copies with investigators, but keep one for yourself. Add every new update, lead, or conversation, including times and who you spoke with. Clear, organized information reduces confusion, speeds decisions, and helps authorities see patterns you might miss. Digital footprints can be gold in the first 48 hours. Before memories fade and systems overwrite logs, capture what you can, without hacking or breaking laws. Start with their phone. Call it, text it, use built-in location sharing apps if you have permission and access. Note the last active time on messaging apps. Check social media for recent posts, comments, new friends, or location tags. Take screenshots of anything that feels important. Do the same with email inboxes, food delivery apps, ride-share histories, bank or payment apps, only if you legitimately have access. Turn off auto-login on shared devices so nothing accidentally gets deleted. Write down usernames and platforms, then give that list to investigators. They may obtain data you can't. Do not publicly share passwords or post sensitive screenshots online. The goal is to preserve, not tamper. Never log into accounts pretending to be the missing person. That can confuse timelines and potentially damage legal proceedings later. While waiting for officers or detectives, secure the missing person's space, bedroom, personal office, car, like a potential crime scene. The point is not to play detective, but to avoid accidental contamination. If safe and allowed, gently close off their room. Don't wash their clothes, change bedding, or clean surfaces. Avoid going through drawers and containers unless specifically directed by police. Note anything already out of place: an open window, missing bag, phone charger still plugged in, signs they left in a hurry. If you must enter for pets, medications, or safety, walk carefully, touching as little as possible. Take wide photos or video of the room exactly as it is from multiple angles before moving anything. If you notice written notes, calendars, or travel documents in plain view, photograph them too. When officers arrive, clearly explain what you've done and what you've observed. They can then decide what needs formal processing, evidence collection, or further documentation. Friends and family are essential, but unmanaged help can create chaos. Before blasting social media, coordinate with the lead investigator or officer. Many departments prefer to review a missing person flyer to ensure details are accurate and not harmful to the case. Designate 1 or 2 family spokespersons. Everyone else should route media or law enforcement questions through them. This prevents conflicting stories and reduces the risk of sharing unconfirmed rumors. When you do post online, stick to verified facts: name, age, last known location and time, physical description, clothing, and a recent clear photo. Avoid speculating publicly about suspects, mental health, or relationship drama. That can backfire legally and emotionally. Set up a dedicated phone number or email for tips if police advise it. Log every tip with time, contact, and content, and forward immediately to investigators. Your role is amplification and organization, not interrogation or vigilante work. Physical searches can save lives, but only if they're safe and coordinated. First, ask police whether a community search is appropriate and where volunteers should or should not go. You don't want to trample potential evidence or wander into dangerous areas alone. If cleared, divide searches into teams with a leader, maps, and check-in times. Focus on places the person actually might be: routes between home and work, parks, regular hangouts, bus stops, trailheads, shopping centers. Assign specific zones and mark them as searched with time and team name. Instruct volunteers to observe, not collect. If they find anything suspicious, clothing, a phone, personal documents, they should photograph the item in place, mark the spot, and immediately call authorities. No one should pocket or move possible evidence. Keep a central log of who searched where. Exhaustion and emotion can cause duplication and missed areas. Structured searches are far more effective than scattered wandering. Media and social networks can turn a local case into a national alert, but they can also spread misinformation and attract scammers. Approach them strategically. If police agree, prepare a short factual statement for local news: who is missing, when and where they were last seen, and a clear request for information. Avoid detailed personal drama. Keep the focus on identification and tips. On social media, use a consistent post that includes approved photos, the case number if you have one, and the correct law enforcement contact. Pin this post and ask others to share that, rather than creating dozens of slightly different versions. Be wary of strangers claiming to be psychics, private investigators, or insiders demanding money for information. Keep payment accounts separate if you raise funds for searches, and never send money for unverified tips. Document all significant incoming messages and pass anything that sounds credible to investigators. You want reach, not chaos. The first 48 hours are brutal. You're running on fear, adrenaline, and almost no sleep, but you need structure to endure what might become a long investigation. Set up rotating shifts for family members to answer phones, monitor messages, and coordinate with police so no single person burns out. Keep a written log or shared digital document: calls, tips, meetings, officer names, case numbers, and decisions made. Designate a quiet command space at home where key documents, maps, and a calendar live. Post a visible timeline of events and tasks completed. This helps everyone see progress, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Take care of basics. Eat small, frequent meals, stay hydrated, and force short rest breaks. You are more useful alert than collapsed. If children or vulnerable relatives are present, assign someone to shield them from the most distressing details in media. Stability is not a luxury, it's part of the response plan. Throughout the first 2 days, your relationship with law enforcement will shape the entire case. Aim for cooperative persistence, respectful, informed, and steady. Write down the primary officer's or detective's name, badge number, and contact method. Ask what classification the case has: missing person, runaway, endangered, and what that means for available resources like K-9 units, helicopters, or bulletins. Provide updates promptly. New leads, suspicious messages, or changes in the missing person's accounts or devices. Ask what you can safely check on your own and what you should leave to them. It's okay to ask hard questions. Has an Amber Alert or equivalent been considered? Has CCTV along key routes been requested? Are phone and financial records being pursued? But avoid hostile accusations. Investigators are more receptive to organized, fact-based families than to chaotic confrontation. If communication breaks down, consider a victim advocate or legal counsel, but keep the focus on collaboration, not conflict. Amid the urgency of the first 48 hours, it's easy to forget long-term realities. Some cases resolve quickly, others stretch on. Preparing emotionally and practically does not mean giving up. It means preserving strength. Identify a support network beyond immediate family: close friends, faith communities, co-workers, or local victim services organizations. They can help with meals, childcare, transportation, and managing your day-to-day life while you focus on the search. Document everything from day one as if the case might later go to court. Dates, times, quotes from conversations, even your own observations. This record can aid future legal processes, media interactions, or advocacy efforts. Emotionally, expect waves: hope, anger, guilt, numbness. None of these mean you're doing it wrong. Consider connecting early with trauma-informed counselors or support groups for families of missing persons. The goal is not just to endure the first 48 hours, but to remain functional, informed, and ready for what follows. Let's compress everything into a clear mental checklist for those crucial first 48 hours. 1. Trust your instincts. If it feels seriously wrong, don't wait. Verify schedules, call friends, and escalate early. 2. Contact authorities immediately once concern is real. Provide a detailed description, recent photos, last known location, and risk factors. 3. Build a missing person file. Timeline, key contacts, unusual events, and organized photos. Preserve digital footprints through screenshots and account lists. 4. Protect spaces and potential evidence. Don't clean, rearrange, or conduct amateur forensics. Document what you see. 5. Coordinate community help, searches, flyers, social media, under guidance from law enforcement. Centralize communication and avoid speculation. 6. Establish a home command center and support network. Log everything, share tasks, and protect basic health and rest. 7. Maintain structured, respectful pressure with investigators, asking clear questions and offering concise updates. You can't control outcomes, but you can control preparation and response, which may change everything. If you're still watching, you've done something most people never do. You've thought about a nightmare scenario before it happens. That preparation alone can save precious minutes if life ever blindsides you or someone you love. Here's what I'd like you to do next. First, screenshot or write down the key points from the checklist we just summarized. Share this video with at least one person in your circle, family, roommates, or friends, so they're not starting from zero in a crisis. If you want more practical, in-depth breakdowns on safety, investigations, and real-world preparedness, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can find this guide the moment you need it. In the comments, let me know if you'd like a printable PDF version of the first 48 hours checklist or deeper dives into any specific step. Above all, I hope you never need this, but if you do, I want you ready, not powerless.